everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be their thoughts and feelings the last time you were together or the last time that you met. You have got 3 choices: Morning Mist for number 1, the sort of pale pink for number 2, and the minty green for number 3. So if you want to take your choice, and then we'll get going.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Okay, pile number 1. This is what I'm seeing by just looking at this one to begin with here. There's a feeling of somebody, this has got a lovely, lovely feeling to it, of somebody who's come into a situation with you, and it feels like the kid who's, waiting for Christmas. It's got the Lover's card for them, it's got the 9 of Water here for you, and if we're looking at what they're thinking and feeling, it's like wanting to communicate, wanting to express themselves, wanting to have fun with you. It feels like somebody that's probably tried to joke with you but may have tripped themselves up to me, and it feels like, although the connection's there, they're trying to make something concrete, they're trying to move it forward in some way, which you may have sensed in the meeting, and they're trying to look like they're in control of themselves. There's a feeling here, though, that didn't happen. There's a feeling that the meeting was left with almost like a hole inside their chest in some way. They didn't get out of it what they wanted. So let's go from the very beginning here. And we're looking at their thoughts and feelings the last time that you met. The Lover's card for them, and you got Mercury in the 5th house. So to me, that is somebody coming with intentions of connecting and doing that through talking, chatting, probably flirting with the 5th house there, because it's fun, it's easygoing, it feels like it feels almost sweet and childlike in some way. There's somebody that really just wants to play with you. You know that feeling when you get excited when you see somebody? It's that. You're coming across as a 9 of Water, feeling exactly the same. So on paper, this should have really kicked off, and it may have done so. I think that the communication was, first word that came to my mind was bright. I think that you played with each other. Verbally played with each other. There was lots of smiling, looking into each other's eyes. It felt like you wanted to, if you're looking at each other, it feels like you did or wanted to touch each other. It feels easygoing, open, and hiding nothing. And when you like somebody, it feels like that feeling in your chest when you both feel as if it's just exciting. You want more. You don't want it to end, or it's the type of contact that they would have had and had to sort of take a breath when they've walked out of the room, that type of feeling. I know it sounds quite gushing, but when you've got the Lovers, the 9th house, Mercury in the 5th house in the front row, it does feel like that. The water gushing, but it does honestly feel, it's like emotional gushing. So if that is so, if this person's coming to your meeting or your last meeting that you had, and it feels childlike, it feels like they don't want to hide anything, but then you've got the Strength card down here, which to me, when it comes to the Lovers and passions, it's always trying to be more dignified with yourself, trying not to show too much in case you look like people can see your feelings. It's like, well, just release it slowly type of feeling, not hold it back, because it is Leo after all, and if there's one thing Leo isn't going to hold back, it's their love and their feelings. But it's like, I don't want to make a fool of myself, which is very Leonine. And then you've got the Page of Swords, which once again goes with the Mercury in the 5th house of enjoying the communication, enjoying talking to you, and really getting off on just the way that you get along together. Now, this is the bit which I'm not sure about here, but there's a strong feeling your person has tried to instigate something. In your last meeting together, they've tried to make this more real in some way, because the Ace of Pentacles, after this, what feels like a really fun, flirty connection, is they've tried to say something like, or do something, or give you something. I don't know whether it's a gift or whether they've tried to invite you somewhere or tried to connect with you in some way that's very much, mundane. Like, do you want to, I don't know, study Spanish together, or do you want, that type of thing? Could we do this together with these cards here? And that's how I think they've tried to almost bat that down, hone it down from these feelings with a strength in the middle to actually offering something to make it more realistic, rather than get a little bit high, talking too much, laughing too much, playing too much, that they don't leave with anything. It feels like this is the type of spread you get when somebody asks to contact you again, or asks for your number, or asks a leading question. When's your birth date? Which is probably the thing that I would always ask. The situation has got a feeling of, it's really hard for me to say this without feeling, as if I'm really hamming it up, because it does feel like it really needs hamming up, because it is a really nice spread. Because you've got the situation here, and it's like two people that it's open, it's emotional exchange. It feels like the Two of Cups, but it's got a sweeter feel to it. It's more childlike, it's more innocent, it's more open, it's more fun. It's like who we were before we grew up, this connection feels like, or this meeting feels like. There is a feeling here when I feel, with regards to their thoughts, that they're giving out to you. They're asking you things, they want to do something with you, and that's coming across, or they've given you a gift in some way. Now, and then at the end of this, with regard to their feelings, I think they feel or felt that you didn't feel the same. Because you've got, as I said, a really gushing, lovely, exciting, fun, flirty, heightened emotions and heart-pattering pile here. And then you've got down here, feelings are shut out. So that after you went, I guess they felt that you didn't feel the same. Or after you split, it feels like, well, I made a fool of myself, to be honest. Because you've got Five of Pentacles, the World card, and the Five of Wands. It's like somebody beating themselves over the head because they've just done something wrong. Let me just see if I can get anything out of this. They feel like they've lost control. They felt like they were too much of a puppy in this last communication. They felt that they were too open. They felt that they were too giving. They felt that they said too much. They felt that they offered too much. You're there saying, I didn't get anything. But there is a feeling here that, because the Lovers, because the Nine of Water, here it's like they're attracted to you, you met, and it's all going, all flowing, everything is just coming out, and they've got themselves overexcited, and they very much could be Leo. They've offered you something, maybe asked for your number. The connection has been easy. They've not picked up, I think, with this card here, which is the Seven of Cups, next to this lovely connection here, and this is a situation. They've not picked up whether you are as interested as they are, and so they've come away, with these feeling left out, feeling like it's ended, feeling like they want to hit themselves over the head. Why did I do that? Look at the Strength card here, and you've got the Emperor card. They felt like they've demeaned themselves in some way by being so open and childlike. It's just a self-protective thing, I think. Okay, I think that you turned them down on something. I think in this meeting that you turned them down. They offered you something. I have no idea what it is, but either through you probably feeling the same, if you're feeling that excited as well as seeing them, and they've offered you something, you've probably thought, I need to play it cool. Perhaps I'm misreading it. And I think that you've batted them back slightly, and they've taken that to heart, rather than the fact that you're getting on well seems to have petered into the background, and they've walked away from this thinking, well, he or she didn't really accept my offer, or sort of battered it back to me a little bit. I'm still here. Hold on, I'm going to get something else out. Oh my gosh, I'm asking for advice and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. It feels like you're still waiting, still wanting to know what's coming, and they're like, I'm not doing anything, it's your turn next type of feeling here. which isn't really advice, it just adds to what I feel I can feel already. So let me start summing this up. Pile number one, there's a feeling that this person came into your last meeting with, well, I guess, their heart on their sleeve. There's a feeling of talking and chatting and playing and laughing and fun, jokes and smiling and kindness and touching and next to each other. It's playful, it's fun, you're having fun with each other. The Nine of Waters, and you're like, you know, this is fantastic, this is just what you wanted. Both of you feel it. It feels like you've got 5 or 10 minutes of this flirting, I guess, and just feeling, you know, that giddy feeling when you meet somebody that you really like. There's a lot to do with communication here, and I'm picking up that somehow they were trying to measure the way that they communicated with you, and basically the strength in them, I think, asked something, you know, do you want to do this, you know, or would you like to come here with me, or just put themselves out of their comfort zone that little bit too much. They were okay with the flirty, they were okay with this, because that could be, you know, I mean, it depends how you interpret that, couldn't it? I mean, you would know. But when they've actually put themselves out of their comfort zone with regards to something concrete they've offered, not the flirty bit, that felt okay to them, they enjoyed it. It's the bit they wanted to ask something, or ask you to do something, or give you something, and it felt like they put themselves over the line. And they didn't know whether it was, you know, the feelings reciprocated. Maybe you just stumbled for a bit. There is a feeling here, and I got these out, that they stumbled on their words as well, even though they're playing. But maybe you stumbled when something was offered, like that. Oh, okay, you know, that type of feeling. Do you want to do this, or can I help you with this? It's somebody giving you something, and you went, oh, okay, maybe, I don't know. And they've interpreted that as in, well, he or she's not really that interested, and sort of pull back a bit. And what they're doing is, I guess, guarding their pride. It feels lovely. It's not in a case of, I'm going to play games with you now. It's more a case of, let's just see what happens next. And you're there wondering, you know, why aren't they coming back to me? Not really realising that there may have been a word or two in there where they took that as in, that's my signal to back off a bit. So that's what I guess, pile number one, they were thinking last time you were together. There seems to feel like there's a lot of watching and waiting now, or who's going to move next? Who should move next? I don't think it really matters, to be honest. They're still proud and may still come forward with something. But to me, it feels like it's equal. It's equal. I don't think it really matters who moves next. I think just to go back into the situation exactly like this energy up here. And if something's offered to you again, which is highly likely with the Page of Pentacles, and you've got the Ace here, and you've got the Strength card here, it's more like a batted down version of what you batted back last time. It feels like they still may come forward, and just to be a bit more gushy with it. Okay, right, pile number one. I'm going to leave that there. If you like the readings, please consider looking at the Patreon, and new readings come out on my website every Sunday. I've actually sold out this week, but there will be new ones this Sunday. Thank you for watching. Bye. Good morning, and good morning. I'm saying that because I've just shut the door because the dog had just come in. I meant to say hi, pile number two. There is a strong feeling here of a reconnection here. There's a reconnection of somebody you may have known from years ago. They may be from your hometown, maybe a past boyfriend, just somebody that you could have been attracted to quite a while back. There's a connection here that feels as if there's some heartbreak. Now, this person could be married to somebody else when you could have been old friends, old buddies, old girlfriends, or boyfriends. There's a strong psychic connection between the pair of you. There's a lot of water in this. They're coming out of the Father of Water here. I love this card. The Nine of Water here, I think that you have come into this meeting, the pair of you, and I'm thinking, without looking at the cards, initially, oh, fancy seeing you here, that type of feeling, excited and almost gone quiet for a bit when you're almost reading each other without saying anything, because the fourth house and psyche here makes me think of a connection that not much needs to be said to understand what the other one's feeling. And that is like a core feeling, because the fourth house is like your IC, isn't it, in astrology? So that's like your core identity, it's your roots. And so either there's something between you that you come from the same place, or that personally you feel like the same person, if that makes sense, personally person. Right, okay. Now, their thoughts when they saw you is a feeling of reconnection, a feeling of, it's an emotional reaction, to be honest, even though this is thoughts. And there's some heartache here. My first thoughts when seeing this with the fourth house and psyche is that, you know, you could have been, as I said earlier, together at one point and separated. Or if not that, then something could have tripped you both up with regards to communication in the past. You could have, I don't know, one of you done something that they weren't proud of, or there's been a separation, things have been, I don't know, something between the pair of you that feels like when you see each other, in that immediate flash in each other's eyes is, I'm sorry, or how are you? You know, and there's a thought here, it could even be meeting at a funeral or something like this with the Three of Swords. At some meeting, you know, like a family meeting with the fourth house there, where people get together, and it's not particularly, you know, the Three of Swords there, it's not one of those like celebrations. I mean, and a funeral is a celebration of somebody's life, I know, but it doesn't feel like that at the time, does it? You just feel sad from this card here. Now, you have got so many cups in this card. You've got the Six of Cups, and the fourth house is a really, really strong feeling that this could be somebody like friends of your brothers, friends of your sisters. You were kids that used to play together, past boyfriends, past girlfriends, or just a connection between the pair of you. It's immediate and it's easy flowing. And it's kind, and you're both giving to each other. And it's not like one. There's a feeling here of smoothness. And I often notice that watery people and earthy people don't need to fill in gaps with words. And that very much could have been part of your communication. It's like it's more feeling is important, and intention is more important than what's coming out or what's being, dramatised in some way. I mean, Pisces love to dramatise. People with strong Pisces on their Mars, they really do. I've got lots of Pisces moon friends, and if you get, you know, people become their moon sign when they're drunk. If you get them drunk, it is honestly, it's like a, I don't know, night at the Apollo. It does feel like that. I was going to say something about trials that are on the moment, and somebody who's got lots of connections in AT squares to their Mars and being dramatic, but I'm not going to say it. Okay, so there is a feeling here that communication words may have been difficult to exchange. I can't get the feeling out of my head that this is like a funeral or something, or it just feels like something sad is going on. So it feels like the connection is there, there's empathy there, there's, you know, emotional pull between the pair of you. But with regards to actually exchanging words, it feels like it could have been slightly, I don't know what the word is, pulled back, retracted. There wasn't a lot said in this. And there's maybe even been a lot of watching. There's lots of watching, lots of feeling, lots of eye contact, lots of wishing. So I can't get this one in my head at all. Well, I can, but the feeling it feels like to me, if you just change the word funeral to something else to do with what feels like heartbreak or sadness, it feels like emotion is exchanged, and this person's feeling towards you and trying to empathise with a situation that may be going on outside you or to do with you. And that's what they're feeling. It's compassion and sweetness and exchange, and very open-hearted and very sort of a mature feeling towards you. But with regards to communicating, I don't think they communicated that verbally. I think it's more to do with body language and eye contact. There's a lot of watching. There's a lot of feeling here of looking at each other and understanding without saying anything. Now, their feelings once they've left you has got what I would But I would interpret here with the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles of excitement. Where can I go with this? When can I see this person again? How can I make it work? But then you've got the Four of Cups, almost like there may be something in the way that's I can't do anything with it, or they've lost, they haven't got your number. There's a feeling here that it's been stilted or jilted in some way. Why does this feel, this reading makes me feel sad? It makes me feel sad because it feels sweet, but it also makes me feel sad because the inability to be able, they've felt an inability to express something, and there's probably maybe inappropriate with the Three of Swords to express this, and you may be going through a bad time and they've wanted to console you in some way. Your genuine feelings towards you. They don't think, you've got the Four of Cups twice here, they don't think that you would reciprocate if they made a move towards you. I think that's their feelings. It's excitement. It's quite a passionate feeling. But with these cards, I don't feel passion. I just feel like wanting to make movement forward. Your person feels like the strong, silent type that will make a move when they think it's the right time rather than being taken away by impulse, I suppose, even though this card is impulsive. But then it goes to the Eight of Pentacles, which is, you know, take your time and make sure it gets done. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And then you've got, I'm doing nothing about it because I don't think it's reciprocated. Okay. There's even a feeling, just other thoughts here, I'm looking at this, is there could be a possibility that this person has expressed their emotion to you in some way, like giving you a hug or, you know, try to console you, and you may have gone, just a strange thought here, because this is more the situation, what's actually happening in reality rather than inside them, and this has got tension here. So I don't know whether you were a bit, I don't know, I can't imagine you coming across as the Nine of Water here and then being really uptight when you were hugged. There's some anxiety in this, and I don't know whether it's to do with the Three of Swords here. And that's what I keep thinking. Was this, if you met in a funeral, it wouldn't be particularly correct to be, you know, laughing and joking, would it? And it doesn't have to be a funeral. If you met and you've just had an argument with somebody, or you've just got divorced, or they've just got divorced, or it feels like you're consoling, one of them consoling the other. You know, maybe you've gone for a job and you didn't get it, and they're talking to you about it, or they're trying to guide you through something that you need help, and they're being very, very compassionate with you. But there's a feeling here that this person generally wants to connect with you. They can read you. This person can read you, and I think you can read them. This isn't you're too similar, I think, to be able to hide from each other. There's a lot of what I guess would be psychic knowing going on here. And even if it's not psychic, which I always think these things are anyway, they're reading your body language, they're reading your eyes, where your eyes are looking, they're reading when you swallow, or how your mouth moves, or how you tilt your head. It's got that very sort of intimate feeling about it. And as I said earlier, there's a connection here, I think, that feels like they're either extremely similar nature to you, or there is a connection from a past history between the pair of you. And let's go back to their feelings down here. The feelings are excitement after, I wonder if it's after or in, I don't know. Their feelings are excitement of wanting to make this work, wanting to get, you know, to see you again, to make it more, to make it bigger, probably trying to organise in their head what's appropriate with regards to what I'm picking up in this situation, whether it's a work situation or whether they are consoling in some way, what is appropriate to, you know, to do. It's like, you don't say, go to a funeral and say, you know, do you want my number? Do you want a date? It's like maybe that. And then it goes to the Eight of Pentacles when they're probably trying to do something that feels as if it's the correct thing to do in that situation. Sorry about my awful language. And then the Four of Cups here is they didn't do it because they didn't think it would be reciprocated. They've got a feeling here that it's like initially taken away, this could work, let's try and get more out of this situation, let me see this person again, and then perhaps thought better of it for some reason, I don't know. Because you may already be with somebody, or they may be with somebody. Two Fathers of Cups here. I mean, it very much could be a relationship that's broken off. So this could be an ex or somebody you've been involved with before. Or even with these two cards here, it very much could be that you've, I don't know how to put this into words, but tripped each other up before. You know, you've had a little argument over something. And then it's almost like that first meeting or how you've spoken to each other, that's the first thing that's been on their mind. Let's try and smooth over this because it was silly, or let's try and console this person because they're sad, that type of feeling. So it's like an immediate impact of, an emotional impact, I think, of connection and pain, whatever it is. That, you know, they're reading something of distress that you're going through. You're actually in a situation of distress that's got nothing to do with the pair of you, or you've had an argument. It's that feeling. And it's like an emotional need to smooth it over and to offer and to console and to be kind and sympathetic. And you're, I think, the one that may be holding back a bit here. It's like they want to get things moving. And it just feels like it may be too hard for the pair of you to get this moving again. You may be thinking the same, but we both want it. They're thinking the same, but they think that, you know, they've picked up from you that it won't go any further. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to sum it up very quickly for you before I go. It feels to me like two people have met and are coming to the situation with the same intentions, wanting to connect emotionally. What you've actually done is you've connected in a way that has been automatic. You've read each other straight off, the way that you're standing or the way that your words are formed, if it's on, you know, if it's an email or something, or you've just looked into each other's eyes. There's a feeling here of pain behind this, either from past relationship, which could be them, the actual situation, which I'm interpreting as funeral, but you might have to change that because I can't think of anything else, or just something. It's like they want to console you, they want to hold you, they want to make things easy for you, they want to connect with you in a way that is soothing and light and has feeling in it. There's a feeling of tension here, maybe from a time period where you've been split or apart. Maybe that may have something to do with this sort of, the other one thinking the other one's got the upper hand. There's also a feeling here, their feelings towards you, their thoughts are, I want to make you feel good. Their feelings are, I want to make this work. And then they've backtracked on it because they don't think that you do. Because I honestly think if any of this feels right for you, if you're reading this, there may be a feeling that it's too hard, it's too difficult. Especially if there is other people involved and they're sort of picking up on that. It feels like a bit of I always want to say impasse, and I'm sure that is posher than impasse, but I think it is impasse. It does feel a little bit like that, like you've both sort of seen each other and wanted to connect more. This person's feelings have been, I want more of this. And then you've sort of decided, well, I don't know if it will work. And you've gone back to being sensible, I suppose, with these cards here. Okay. Pile number 2. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the readings, please consider checking out Patreon. And I do release readings on YouTube if I've got them left from Patreon, to be honest, most of the time, because I leave them open for people on there. And then if I've got some left, I put them out on Sunday night around about 4 o'clock. British summertime, I was going to say there. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thanks again. Bye. Oh my lord, pile number 3. This is a fantastic pile. To me, it feels like you've got a runner here. You've got somebody who's nervous, somebody who has got the hugest, biggest crush on you and probably either catapulted away from you. To me, it feels like here. I'll explain why. You've got here them coming across as the Son of Air. The Son of Air is, Air is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Apart from Libra, possibly, there's a lot of nerves involved in those first two. You know, somebody who talks fast, thinks fast, If there's air all the way through this person, it is very difficult for them to actually connect emotionally with people at times. This is somebody who's in fear. They can feel a connection between the pair of you that feels incredibly deep, and they feel like they are out of their depth. You've got the third house here, and you're coming across as a magician, so you could talk them under the table. This feels like the magician card is somebody who puts their thoughts into words and their words into actions, and they make things happen in the real world. And you've got this next to the third house, so to me it feels like you are talking the walk and walking the talk, whatever it is. You're doing an incredible good job at convincing everybody that you are the bee's knees because they believe it. Then you've got these cards here that are their thoughts, the Seven of Cups, the Hangman and the Four of Pentacles. It just feels frantic. It feels like trying to understand, trying to calm themselves down, trying to ground themselves. But with the Seven of Cups coming first, it's like they're as high as a kite. So this person very much could have come across extremely nervous when you were talking to them, or muddled their words, or had shifty eyes, or had their toes facing towards the door. And this is a compliment rather than an insult towards you. This is somebody who tried to get out of a situation that you were last in, I think, and was very short in some way. What's going on here? This person's probably been watching you for quite a while. You may be in a work situation or a situation where there's a convention or there's a tradition that has to be basically played out to make sure that you both look like you're playing the game. You know, you're doing it like a work situation. You can't go and, I'm not going to say something rude there, in work, but I was about to. And they've decided that you're their one, you're their type. There's a connection there that feels as if it's... you feel like this is going to like sound slightly insulting, but like somebody that could just, there's a huge attraction here. So what I'm going to say next, don't let me take that away from you, but there's a connection here that feels like you are like their first girlfriend or their first boyfriend or their best buddy or their brother or sister that they got on really well with. And I don't know if that's because you do so much talking. It just feels like you both could have an air in you. You both could have Gemini, Aquarius in you, quite strong Libra there. And you could be extremely good at connecting and talking crap. I can say that, I'm a Gemini. I couldn't say that if it was a different sign. But you could be extremely good at communicating and making people believe it. The third house and the Magician card there. And I wonder whether it feels, because they're running this way, and then you've got the Seven of Cups underneath. It's like, oh my God, I can't cope. What choice do I make? And then they've almost, I wonder if they froze first, to be honest. Because these cards are like frozen. This is like somebody who's practicing their Wim Hof, their breathing here. I've tried that in the shower. Oh my God, I thought I was dying. My hands were going up and down like this. I stopped doing it. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. But they may have been doing Wim Hof on you and doing the deep breathing, like calm control. It almost feels like a meeting where either you've walked in on them and they've not expected it and it's made them nervous. And I can talk about this till the cows come home because I do this all the time. You know, that sort of, oh my God, I'm going to have to run feeling, because that's what it feels like they're doing. Now, this is the nice bit. And you must never judge air people when they disappear, because the feelings underneath this are incredibly sweet. This person has fallen head. These are their feelings. You've got the Prince of Cups, the Three of Wands, which is this heart opening up, and the Ace of Cups. This person's fallen in love with you. This person's emotions are all flowing. And it may be making them feel uncomfortable. With a Vesta there, that's like a really dedicated feeling towards somebody. It's like somebody that lights their fire and, they want to, it's dedication, it's connection, and it's somebody who stands by you. And this person can feel that, and it just feels, I'm going to say incongruent then, and it does feel incongruent with regards to their normal emotional reactions. They're probably quite funny. There's a connection I feel here between the pair of you. You make each other laugh. but your person may be not at ease with their emotions, but they are feeling them big time. Their feelings are huge in here. Their thoughts are calm down, hold it all together. So I don't know whether you've met this person, had a conversation, and it makes me think, if I can put a scenario in my head, it's like sat down at a table or standing talking to, I'm going to say sat down, and this person's talking to you and they look like they're looking out the window, or they look like their foot's going, and it's polite and it's okay, and you're doing most of the communicating here. It could be in a work situation. It could be after lots of wanting to get together and talk to each other, and it feels like you've connected quite well, and this person's talking to you, but you're not getting back what you think that you should be getting back. But their feelings are huge. There's no cards here to show that they're trying to hide these feelings. You know, like you don't get that strength card when things are almost like pulled underneath the table to be kept there, you know, just because it just feels a little bit too passionate. This person may not be the most passionate. Oh, that's making me think, because it's a Gemini, it's making me think of that Johnny Depp bit on TV last night where Amber Heard said that he wanted lots of sex, which he doesn't normally want, and I think he rolled his eyes. There is that feeling here. You know, that sort of person that doesn't really have extremely strong physical reactions to things, but he's, you know, could have big emotional reactions, which they are having. So that is, their feelings are huge the last time that you were together, but I don't think you would have read anything into that at all, to be honest. You could have discussed something like doing something, and it could have been, they could have tried to hone in on something that was actually happening around them, maybe talking about things that were, I'm not going to say passionate because it's not, definitely not passionate, that, you know, people were doing, you know, like you could be sat watching people or doing things, or you could be talking about kids. I mean, there's a feeling here this could be a school, or, you know, a hospital, or some sort of business meeting, establishment. And you could be talking about, you know, everyday things and putting energy into things, and you're looking at this person wondering why they're not really connecting with you, and you're doing all the conversation. You could actually be lecturing as well with this feeling here. You could be talking to them and expressing something, maybe work related, and your person's looking like they want to get out the door, but that is because they got feelings for you. They're trying to be, because the Ace of Swords flipped over when I was doing this. It makes me think they're trying to look like they're good at what they're doing. You know, if they're talking, they're trying to match you and look like they're articulate, and that their mind isn't scattered, and that they're honing into what you're saying and conversing in a way that makes them look mature. That type of thing. But down here, it's because they're having an emotional reaction and feeling comfortable with it. So I guess that is their thoughts and feelings the last time that you were together. Let me just do something else. I think your next meeting together may be similar. There's a feeling here this person felt that they made a fool of themselves by looking nervous or trying to get out, or, you know, just being too quick in the way that they speak, or a little bit sharp in the way that they speak, and they felt that you probably see this person being more relaxed with friends than they were with you in this last connection, or being a bit terse in something they wrote. Let me get advice. Advice for you is to take it slowly. Don't try and... this person feels slightly in awe or scared of you, maybe both. to do it, to work slowly with them, to let them come to you in some way, or just offer small bits. It's like, you know, giving the cat tidbits. Their advice is to be more playful, to relax and just enjoy a little bit more, I suppose. Because this person knows how to play, and I think you want to play. But when it comes to you both, it feels like they're putting on the correct manner of how to do things, and it just, you know, it just isn't them really, and it makes them feel incredibly stiff when they want to just play. They want to have fun, they want to express themselves, but I don't think they find that easy. So their thoughts and feelings the last time that you're together, their thoughts are slow down, control yourself, to themselves. Their thoughts are all over the place. They can't quite control them. Their emotions they can't control as well. Their emotions, their feelings towards you are huge. You've got the Prince of Cups, which is a very sweet affection. You've got the Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That's like a crush, and it growing. There's no cards here that talk of power in this. There's no, like, you know, the power cards that you get sometimes, like the Devil or Strength card in some way can be trying to hold it back. I feel this in here. It's almost like innocence. It almost feels like a bit, not pure, but, you know, like first love. Oh. Okay, well, that's pile number 3. That's what I've got there. So take it slowly with your person. They may appear as if they're all together because you can see them with other people laughing and joking, and you find it's quite insulting the fact they don't laugh and joke with you. And the reason they don't laugh and joke with you is because they've got a huge crush on you. And I think if you've been in contact, you know, over, oh, I'll wait for this old lady. That's me. I'm going to say email then. Oh my God, whatever I say, I sound like I'm 110. You may have been together through the, I don't know what to say. Oh my God, I don't know, WhatsApp, Snapchat, you know, those sort of things. Or there's all these like online things. I'm absolutely useless. I am honestly knocking on 60, and I can't pretend. I've got to say now that to be more, just to be steady with them. Because they like to communicate. They might actually find it easier if you communicate online, because then, you know, there won't be face-to-face fear. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much. If you do like the readings, please consider checking out Patreon. I do release readings. I do release them to Patreon first, and then if there are some left, or I feel there's going to be some left, then I do release them on Sunday nights, which I do normally every Sunday night. But if I'm full, I can't. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Bye.